Friday. We are in Istanbul on our way to the first deck to get off the ship.
7:30.
And our first tour will be at the Hagia Sophia. See you when we get there. Istanbul. Let me be the first to welcome you to Istanbul. And the first big mosque that we're right next to. I think there are a lot of those. Okay, we are on our way to the tram.
But there are a lot of people want to take your business.
Yeah, the taxi drivers and tour guides. That's what they do.
Change for Spice Bazaar.
There are three curves, 3 bridges. And that's how it is.
So this area is the Hippodrome. This was a Roman hippodrome area for
Hey, that's the one. We should go there. That is the
chariot racing. Around this area right here.
That
Big circle.
Is very only 1/3 left.
The Egyptian obelisk.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't know what that one is. Looks like it should have a flame in it.
How about the other statue?
The top 1/3 of a 3,000-year-old obelisk.
How about the other one? Did he mention about the other one?
The next object is also as historic. It is
From Greece.
the remnants of what's left of a coiled snake that was at Delphi, which was very much higher than this, but is a famous column from Delphi.
Hi, meow.
Delphi.
You're blocking the meow. Oh, you are rubbing your feet.
So we will go to Delphi after our trip, and after the cruise, and we can see exactly where this was initially. Too bad only part of it remains. On the description pedestal here, they talk about the snake pillar, and it is most commonly accepted theory is that the bronze column was built using melted down Persian shields and armors and had golden heads of snakes on top of it. And it stood intact until the 16th century, but the heads have been lost since then, probably in some rich person's collection somewhere at their house. Some of the details of the other column here is it was, looks like it was restored back around the 10th century, but it was installed by Constantine and his son Romanos, Constantine the 7th, and this was at the end of the Hippodrome. So basically, it seems like this would be where the chariots turned around right here and went back the other direction
32 feet
with
tall.
the monuments in between. So this one is about
32.
1,300 years old, and it's only 32 feet tall, but it looks a lot taller than that. We are rope dropping the Hagia Sophia, and
Yeah, it's 20 minutes.
and you need to get your scarf on.
This is Uncle Ronnie bought me these. I don't know from where. Now I finally can use it.
A lot of construction. You can see the walls right here. Up for the construction walls, we can't even see the front of it. So we are inside the Hagia Sophia. A lot of construction on the inside as well as the outside. You see construction? 1,500 years, and what did they say? For about 1,000 years, this was the largest enclosed room in the world. So the building of this was done in only 5 years, which is kind of amazing, but they say it's because they brought a lot of the materials from other ancient cathedrals and temples, like the Temple of Artemis in Ephesus. It's impressive you can build this in 5 years. 11th and 12th century mosaics. They look pretty nice. That's an emperor and empress with Jesus in the middle. There's a great marble door. Great marble door where they separated the section for the emperor. And here is a leaning column due to earthquakes. Century.
And the Egyptian carpets is very similar this style.
Mosaic. With the Emperor Justinian. Was the one who built the temple. Alright, we finished our Hagia Sophia tour. A lot of construction. I can see now why some people said the Blue Mosque is better. It doesn't open till 3 o'clock though. And
They said 2 and now it's 3.
10:20 right now. So we will maybe go to the cisterns next. But there's the Blue Mosque. Entering the Basilica Cistern. Let's learn some of the history of it. This is amazing. 1,500 years ago. Built by Justinian, one of the most important emperors. The same one that built the Hagia Sophia. They didn't open it to visitors until 1987. Kind of amazing with 336 columns. And they say that most of the columns were brought from other buildings, even much older than 1,500 years. That's impressive. I wonder how deep the water was. Columns have names of the people who actually built them. So the workers put their names on it. And look at all the scratches on the column. You know, I was pointing out the name down there. She said that there were a lot of columns with names on it. And the workers would get paid by how many columns they can make. So they need to sign their work. I wonder how deep the water was. That's interesting. Oh, there's the Medusa head. In the corner over there. The head of Medusa. The head of Medusa. That's cool. Field trip. We got stuck in a field trip. Don't look into her eyes. Don't look into her eyes. You'll turn into stone. It's interesting. Some of the columns are rough and some of the columns are smooth. Cool spot. We're talking about it was used in several movies, James Bond movies. What was the Tom Hanks movie? We're walking towards Topkapi Palace.
This is it?
No, it is not. But it is an interesting wall. The back.
Is this a wall of a mosque?
Yeah.
Which mosque?
So you can't avoid the carpet sellers. Every 100 feet on the street you get accosted by a carpet seller.
Or whatever seller, the trip seller.
Are they going to convince you?
No.
Are you sure?
Yes. You want coffee?
Yes. Yes. Topkapi Palace. Stand in line.
Disney. Is it Disneyland?
It is 2,750 lira. How much is that?
I need to turn my phone on.
Out there they said 55 euro. Entering into Topkapi Palace through the Gate of Salutation. So Topkapi is not Roman or Byzantine. This was built in the 1400s in the Ottoman Empire and expanded and is the royal palace. It's right across from Hagia Sophia, just not even a 1 minute walk away. Kitchen area is where they prepared food for the 5,000 to up to 10,000 people who lived and worked in the palace. And look at those jeweled bowls and plates from the 16th century. Crabs, birds, those are pretty. And they have very fancy spoons. I would like to eat my cereal with those spoons.
I like to eat my soup with those spoons. And then those are the gold ones. But probably not
gold.
gold. Probably just tall. What is tall?
This is called the Gate of Felicity. The new sultan would be crowned, take his place, whatever they use, in front of this.
1520 to 1560.
Jewel encrusted scabbards and swords.
That's pretty. Those jewelry are pretty.
Even back scratchers.
I like back scratches.
Jewel encrusted back scratchers.
Yeah.
All the plates, not plates, the vases, cups,
What is that supposed
perfume
to
holders, rings,
be? What is that supposed to be?
telescope. Oh, even a telescope.
What does that say on the side?
Cool. Spoonmaker's diamond, a pear-shaped brilliant diamond, 49 diamonds inside.
Diamond. Huge diamond.
Huge diamond. So
How
the
much?
other people stood there for about 5 minutes while we waited our turn, and then he yells at us, "Don't stop, don't stop."
Those are
More
diamonds.
diamonds. I think they have enough diamonds.
That's it?
Oh, now we come outside.
Yo al final me voy a quedar sin ver los rascacielos. De verdad. Míralos. Ahí está.
De frente se ve el palacio.
The dagger of Topkapi. This is one of the most famous pieces. It even inspired a movie. And here we have the holy relic,
Oh, 304.
the staff of Moses.
304.
Moses' staff is a little stick, not quite the hefty staff you would think of. So it goes from Moses' staff over here to relics of John the Baptist's hand, his arm. You can see bone through there. And inside that jewel encrusted is fragments of his skull after his head was chopped off. So Moses and John the Baptist, and over there we have David's sword.
That one is the Muhammad footprint.
This one,
It's huge.
the footprint of Muhammad. And the last big relic in this area, the sword of David. Prophet David struggles against Goliath. Inscribed are the names of the prophets David, Solomon, Moses. This is the harem. Each emperor would build his own harem. Plenty of places for all of his concubines to sit around the wall. Yeah, so this is the dormitory for the harem with 2 floors.
Yeah, the upper one.
2 floors, so this is where they all lived. harem, well, we think of it as the women who were the concubines of the emperor. Actually, harem means the living place, and so this was the living place for the emperor. Well, things look pretty ornate and finished on the outside. Actually, a little covered alcove area here. On the inside, kind of Spartan looking. Not much in there.
Tobacco.
This was their smoking room.
Smoking.
Smoking room. They got 5-piece bath.
They say this is a bathroom.
Oh, they got lots of fountains, water faucets anyways. Looks like it would be. Interesting little niches with all of the...
No, I cannot see.
all the way down.
So that's the back door.
Yeah. It really does feel like you're in a whole different area when you come back into this quarters area,
I know it's
into the
very
harem area. This is the house of the eunuchs. The eunuchs here. And this is the eunuch's bathroom.
And then
It's kind of difficult for eunuchs to go to the bathroom, probably. So
look, just sit down. You squat down. Not sit down. Squat down. Look at they even have footprint for the people squat down.
Actually, they have a large... Oh. Oh, look, they even got their own swimming pool.
Face. Yeah, fancy bathroom.
This is the path leading actually out of the main gate of the harem with inlaid rockwork. You can take your shoes off here and do a foot massage.
Yeah,
You kind of need a foot massage.
the one we just saw, it was just the back door of the stuff.
We've been on our feet already for 8 hours today, and I'm getting cranky and hungry.
You are very cranky, yes.
So the women of the harem were guarded by a black eunuchs. So eunuchs, there were slaves sold as kids, captured in Africa, sold as slaves, became eunuchs, and were the protectors of the harem. Anytime one of the concubines went out, had to have
These are concubine clothes.
Many of them, they were waiting their turn. They would wash their clothes, to cook for themselves. So sometimes like
This is the Imperial Hall. Right next to the Sultan's bath, which was pretty fancy too, which I didn't film, but the Sultan's bath is very nice. Walking through this whole area back here is like a maze. Walking through the eunuchs area to the concubines area, and now this is where the emperor would have stayed, the Imperial Hall. The emperor, the Sultan. The Sultan. It's pretty spectacular. The private chamber, built in 1579. courtyard. Courtyard of the favorites. And here you can get a view of the swimming pool.
Right here.
Oh, that's a nice pool. Cool. Where's the indoor swimming pool? So this is one of the oldest parts of the harem. Not as bling bling as the rest of it. But it's called it's called the Golden Road. It was a quick passage for the emperor to get from his area, from the Sultan, the emperor, to get from his area to the concubines. There are holes in the floor. They must have had pole posts. Must have had other decorations. As the oldest area in the harem, that means this dates back to the 15th century. So late 1400s when this area was built, and this is known as the staircase of the harem servant Sivri. In 1808, Sultan Salim III was killed in a rebellion, and the harem attendant Sivri protected the prince by throwing pot of hot ashes from up on top of that stairway onto the mob that was trying to kill the prince, and he saved the prince. So that's a very historic area.
We are almost done.
Yeah, so this one is Hagia Irena. It is one of the oldest, if not the oldest, church in the area, built in 532, burned and rebuilt in 548. So this is from 548.
80.
And yeah, I don't know if you have to wear it. Apparently you don't have to wear it. Nobody's wearing it. You can put it on your neck. So 548 AD. Wow. They are doing restoration, so that's what we are missing. You don't get to go see the view of the dome. So it's too bad that the construction walls are up, but unlike other churches in the area, this was rebuilt after the revolt in 532, and there are no mosaics. They said that's kind of indicative of the time. So probably they Emperor Justinian again. Maybe they built this one prior to then building the Hagia Sophia. Yeah, there is some fresco work on the very top. That concludes your tour of the Topkapi Palace, which I didn't film very much of compared to actually what there was to see. As I was about to say, it's 5 o'clock, and that means time for prayers. And they started the second I hit the off button.
That's it?
Oh, they're just getting started. Yeah, this is the Million Stone, erected in the 4th century AD by Constantine, and for centuries was considered the center of the world. Excavations in the 1950s and 60s to dig it out and
next to the
stand it
water
back up.
towers.
The center of the world for centuries. Prior to that, the Greeks thought it was in Delphi, right? The belly button of the world, which we will see later. Another thing they have in Turkey is cat feeding stations. You can put coins into the vending machine and food will come out at the bottom to feed all the stray cats. There are cats everywhere in Greece and Turkey. And instead of signs for spaying and neutering them, they feed them. Apparently that's a good thing. We are coming to the Grand Bazaar now.
Oh, that
For an evening stroll in the Grand Bazaar.
I didn't expect those tourists.
Yeah, there must be other parts. I didn't expect a covered walkway like this. Oh, watches. Got an appetizer,
Taiwan is better.
street corn.
Look just like Taiwan's corn, but Taiwan is better because Taiwan gets you sauce on
And
top
some
of it.
Turkish delights. We got Turkish delights.
Oh no, no, that was a ripoff.
And we're heading down this street.
So what is that tower?
Okay. It is what time? Almost 7 o'clock.
Okay, take a, oh, I just put my phone in. You want to
Yeah.
use your phone?
Gonna walk across the bridge here, right in front of the Blue Mosque, and head back to our ship. I think it's the Galita Tower, something like that. Have to look it up.